morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anusta Acharya. The top stories first. Devotees celebrating the festival of Dhanteras today offer worship to the father of Ayurveda and god of wealth on the occasion. Province 1 Chief Minister announces resignation, 49 lawmakers back Rajendra Rai as new CM. Chief Minister of Karnali Province resigns from post, Nepali Congress to lead the government in the province. Brazil steps up commitment against carbon emission, critics unimpressed by the announcement. And Aguero ruled out for 3 months after falling ill during game. The Barcelona striker says he is recuperating. And now the news in detail. Hindu devotees are observing the festival of Dhanvantari Jayanti today. The day is marked by offering prayers to Dhanvantari, the father of Ayurveda, as well as Kuber, the god of wealth. As per the Hindu tradition, this day marks the birthday of both Dhanvantari and Kuber. On the occasion, people buy gold, jewelries and utensils with the belief that the objects bought on this day last longer than the objects purchased during normal days. It is also believed that the gold purchased today will attract more wealth. People buy gold and other objects as per their purchasing capacity. Province 1 Chief Minister Bhim Acharya has announced his resignation. Addressing a meeting of the Province Assembly yesterday, he said he is going to resign from the post of Chief Minister. The Provincial Assembly was scheduled to vote on CM Acharya's confidence motion yesterday afternoon, but instead he decided to step down. Acharya was appointed Executive Head of Province 1 on August 26 following the resignation of Procedure Serdhan Rai. Following the resignation of Chief Minister of Province 1 Bhim Acharya, after only 68 days in office, a coalition of opposition parties in Province 1 yesterday collected signatures of 49 Provincial Assembly members to elect the next Chief Minister of the province. A minimum of 47 signatures of Provincial Assembly members are required to elect the Chief Minister in the 92-member Provincial Assembly of Province 1. A total of 49 PM members of Nepali Congress, CPN Maoist Centre, CPN Unified Socialist, People's Socialist Party and Federal Democratic Forum have submitted their signatures in favour of Rai to the Province Chief Somnath Adhikari. Among the signatures are 21 PA members of Nepali Congress, 14 of CPN Maoist Centre, 10 of CPN Unified Socialist, 3 of People's Socialist Party and 1 PA member from the Federal Democratic Forum. After the resignation of CM Acharya, Province 1 Chief Adhikari has set a deadline until 1 PM today to submit claims to the post of the new Chief Minister. If everything goes as planned, Rajendra Rai is likely to become the new CM of Province 1 later today. Rai is the parliamentary party leader of CPN Unified Socialist, the third largest party in the 5-party coalition. Rai was elected PA member from Bhojpur. He was switched to CPN Unified Socialist from CPN UML after the party was officially registered with the Election Commission on August 25, 2021. The CPN Unified Socialist was formed under the leadership of former Prime Minister Madhav Kumar Nepal after breaking away from the CPN UML. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 441 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 813,011, while the number of active cases has dropped to 9,318. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 11,416 after the virus claimed 9 more lives yesterday. Nepal is currently among top 45 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with over 46.90 million confirmed cases, followed by India with over 34.28 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 247.82 million people across the world and claimed over 5.02 million lives. Chief Minister of Karnali Province, Mahendra Bahadur Shahi, has tendered his resignation from the post. Organizing a press conference yesterday, Chief Minister Shahi announced his resignation as per an understanding reached earlier with Nepali Congress leader Jivan Bahadur Shahi. On the occasion, Shahi said that 36 acts, 6 ordinances, 10 regulations, 36 working procedures and 10 guidelines were formulated in Karnali Province during his tenure. A plan of Karnali and Bheri Corridor National Transmission Line was forwarded with coordination of federal government during his term, he added. While taking vote of confidence on April 16, 2021, the outgoing Chief Minister had reached an understanding to hand over power to the Nepali Congress after 6 months. After the resignation of the Chief Minister, NC leader Jivan Bahadur Shahi is all set to become the new Chief Minister. And now the news from economic front. Optical fiber has been installed along 1,013 kilometers across the country under the Optical Fiber Backbone Network Expansion Project, a report. Nepal Telecom Authority had initiated the project in 2016 with the goal of expanding the optical fiber network within 2 years, but only 46.53% of work has been completed till October 17, according to the project officials. The Nepal Telecom, which has got the responsibility of laying fiber in Province 1, 2 and Bagmati Province under the first phase, has completed installing the optical fiber in these areas. As per the agreement, the NT has to install fiber along 2,083 kilometers in 3 provinces. Of them, it has laid fiber along 1,013 kilometers in 5 years. The NTA had given the responsibility to install fiber in 6,235 kilometers of the Mid-Hill Highway to 3 separate companies, dividing the projects into 3 sections. NTA had signed an agreement with Nepal Telecom on September 28, 2012 in order to lay the fiber from eastern Nepal to Gorkha within 2 years under the first section. However, installation of optical fiber has not started in 21 districts of Gandaki and Lumini provinces under Section 2. The expansion work has been halted after a case was filed at the Supreme Court against the project. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. Brazil on Monday stepped up its commitment against greenhouse gas emissions, aiming to halve them by 2030 as compared to 2005 levels, while critics allege the government is tinkering with data. Brazil previously set a target of 43% fewer emissions by 2030 versus 25 years earlier. The announcement represents another effort by the Brazilian government to project itself as a responsible environmental steward in the wake of surging deforestation and fires in Brazil's Amazon rainforest and Pantanal wetlands in recent years. But critics cautioned that its shift should be viewed with skepticism. Experts have accused Brazil of previously adjusting its emissions targets in a way that would allow it to release more greenhouse gas into the atmosphere. The government significantly increased the estimate for its baseline, making it target earlier to accomplish. At least 4 people have died and dozens are missing after a high-rise block collapsed during construction in the Nigerian city of Lagos. A digger is at the scene and rescue workers and some locals are searching through rubble and twisted metal. 4 survivors have been found so far. Earlier pictures from the site showed crowds near a huge mound of debris. What caused the collapse and exactly how many people are trapped under the rubble remains unclear. In the meantime, local authorities have ordered an investigation into the collapse and pledged to make the final report public. The 22-story building came down at around 14:45 local time in the market district of Ikoyi. It was part of a complex named 360 Degrees Towers, which was intended to house luxury apartments, townhouses and penthouses, according to the Development's website, which was since been taken offline. The housing scheme is being developed by Fourscore Homes Limited, which has a portfolio of projects in the UK, US, South Africa and other areas of Nigeria. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Barcelona has announced that Sergio Aguero will not play for 3 months after suffering chest pains. The ex-Manchester City striker, 33, had cardiological tests in hospital after being taken ill. Aguero will now receive treatment while his health is monitored. During the next 3 months, the effectiveness of treatment will be evaluated in order to determine his recovery process, said the club. Aguero received treatment for several minutes on the pitch before being taken to hospital. On social media, Aguero said he was well and in good spirits to face the recovery process. The former Manchester City striker was making just his second start for Barcelona after sustaining an injury in pre-season. After a 10-year spell at City, during which he became the club's all-time leading scorer with 260 goals in 390 games. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Devotees celebrating the festival of Dhanteras today offer worship to the father of Ayurveda and god of wealth on the occasion. Province 1 Chief Minister announces resignation. 49 lawmakers back Rajendra Rai as new CM. Chief Minister of Karnali Province resigns from post. Nepali Congress to lead the government in the province. Brazil steps up commitment against carbon emission. Critics unimpressed by the announcement. And Aguero ruled out for 3 months after falling ill during game. The Barcelona striker says he is recuperating. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.